Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance, and this is a GW E100, the Tier 10 German SPG, and we're on the north spawn of Murovanka. Now, the commander of this tank is Marky 12, and you've seen him in some of our replays before. He's got a mark of excellence on the barrel, I'm expecting him to do quite a lot of damage with this because it's quite a powerful SPG. Looks like he's just headed back into these bushes, so he's not going to travel very far. But this is an encounter battle. Let's bring up the mini-map. And he's loaded, ready to go. A quick look round using his right hand mouse button. I think he's trying to get, knock the tree down. Trying to get away from the magic forest. Okay, he's having a quick look at the cap. Right, he's set up, he's ready to go. He's got some cover. Now, he's dialed in, but there is a target there, an IS-3. Bringing his aim round on him. Several targets there. Almost dialed in, lead it just a little, round out. Perfect. Okay, 162 hit points on the splash, 2 critical hits. It's good. Okay, he's moving again, relocating. Now the thing is that you can, and Marky's so experienced that he can actually look whilst he's moving. So you get a bit disorientating sometimes because he's turning his vehicle, or driving his vehicle, and looking at the target area. Okay, now he's decided to go back this way. I think that's because they have seized the magic forest. So he's going to actually try and get a better angle on the cap by firing from the east side of the map. Now most of the forces are engaging that TD in the magic forest, and he's coming under a lot of pressure. Oh, he took out it's a Death Star, and he's actually taken out the T-57 Heavy. But there's the enemy T-92. He's been spotted. Rounds out, and direct hit! 423 hit points. That's definitely ruined that player's day. 4 critical hits. 4. Almost got a bruiser medal just from that one shot alone. I reckon that's taken out at least one of the loaders, maybe the gunner, possibly even the driver. Okay, now the good thing is now that this means that that Marky can actually fire from the east side of the map with safety, with full knowledge that the enemy are far enough away not to cause a problem for him. Okay, we've got several targets. IS-4 over the ridgeline and T-54 up on the ridgeline. Okay, fired that one in. It came actually in between them, but it did stun both of them. It did knock a tree down there. That might have given the T-92 a clue where he is, if the T-92 was looking. Okay, but he's turning around to quite weirdly look at his own players. I wonder why. Nope, he just wanted to have a quick look at the cap. He's almost loaded. AMX CDC tier 8 medium, quite a fast medium. Don't know why it's staying so safely, but that's a direct hit. 1046 and 6 critical hits, and it's been taken out. That was a massive hit. Absolutely massive. Huge amount of damage there. Don't often you see hits like that nowadays, except from tier 10 Arties with big guns. Right, he's loaded, ready to go. Shouldn't be underestimated, you see. The fact is that this Arty, the GW E100, actually does have a 21 centimeter gun. Wow, 556 hit points damage to the IS-4 and another 93 to the T26E4. And that was just splash. The other was a direct hit. And a huge amount of stun there. So that IS-4 is getting out of there as quickly as he can, or into the bushes, so that he cannot be seen. I reckon he's probably rocking backwards and forwards as he puts all of the bits and parts that have been put out of commission back into working order. Now, most of the ammunition Mark is carrying is standard ammo, but he does carry 4 rounds of premium, because of course they do have a greater blast radius. Round out. Oh, it landed short of the target. That's unfortunate. But we do have a target. It's appeared down south. Grid square K3. And another at E1. Now the E1 one's probably got to make more of a traction, because A, he's near his own forces, and B, he... Oh, or is he? No, he's just been lost. They've just lost sight of him, that's all. But he's a medium tank, and medium tanks have lower armour than heavy tanks, which makes them easier to do more damage on. There's that medium again. They've lost 2 tanks on their team, but they're 3 tanks up overall. Right, it's a Reveler Resay. It's hardly had any damage whatsoever, so a splash hit will do a lot of damage. Instead, he's going to go for the T26E4. Round out. Direct hit! 495 hit points, 3 critical hits. He's really punishing them. And he's immediately relocating to avoid the counter battery. But he hasn't moved very far. And I think that's because he's not in the usual firing position. So the enemy Arty is probably going to have difficulty locating him. Right, that T28 prot. Backwards and forwards behind that house. He's obviously trying to protect himself. But the Reveler Resay is still there. Is he going to go for that? That looks to be like... Yep, that's the T26E4 he just hit before. Round out. It's gonna... Oh, it's a splash. Only 11 hit points though. 2 critical hits this time. It is going to pick up some stun, but... That Reveler Resay really does need... It's begging for attention, because it's... he's still got most of his health, so a splash would really badly damage him. And that prot is getting hit. Almost reloaded. He's going to go for the prot. The T92 is in sight, but that T92 has got very little in the way of hit points. Round out. And a splash of 230. There's the T92. He's making for the edge. Now that's going to be very dangerous. They're being bottled into the southwest corner now. He really does need to hurt that Reveler Resay. Yeah, the Reveler Resay... No, it was actually the T26E4 that took out the Pershing. So that's what he's going to go for next. But there's that Reveler Resay. And he's firing on the move, but... Now, can he get it right? Judge it, round out. Oh, look at that shot! Right on the money! 677 hit points. That was fabulous. Direct hit on a moving tank. Not that he actually moves very fast, so Reveler Resay is quite slow, but to get a tank on the move and wipe him out completely that way, when he still has considerable number of hit points, that's beautiful. To an Arty player, that's poetry in motion. T26E4 about to get the coup de grace. Can he get it in? It's difficult. He's weaving about a bit. That's what I call a stochastic motion. Unpredictable. Well, he stunned both of them and did some splash damage to both as well. More to the IS-4 than to the T26. Right, that S1 is going to be a big danger soon, but these two are ganging up together and they're trying to get into the cap. Right, they lost the T26E4, but it's now the IS-4. And remember that S1's still there as well. And he's trying to defend the IS-4. Right, Wizzy120 stopping our team from going... Marky's team from heading west. Well, that stunned him at least. That would have decreased his ability to defend himself. Lost another one. That's the T25 pilot. Okay, that's the T92 HMC out the game. So that means Marky doesn't have to relocate for counter battery. Okay, Wizzy120. Can he splash it? Ooh, close. That's my... Ouch! That stunned his own teammate, and his own teammate suffered damage there. So I think that it's very likely that Marky's going to end up with a fine. He judged that one a bit too close. He did say sorry, but let's have a look at the end of battle stats, because that's it. Well, it's a third-class tanker for Marky 12 in the GW E100. He also picked up a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. He actually got 18 in that battle. And he got 5 off the AMX CDC alone. And he picked up a Confederate. He hit more of the enemy than anyone else on his team. At least 6 tanks subsequently destroyed by other members of his team. And he hit quite a few. He really did put it about. Okay, when it comes to damage, he did 3,966, highest on damage. He came joint third when it came to kills with only 1. But he did get, let's have a look, he's right down the table with 653 base experience points. Well, that's mainly because he was top tier, and so most of the tanks he was hitting were lower tier than him, whereas a lot of the other tanks, the ones that came top, like the Lorraine, were bottom tier, firing up at higher tier tanks, so they're bound to score more XP overall. He fired 13 rounds, got 5 direct hits, 5 penetrations, 11 splash. He did damage of 3,966, all from more than 300 meters. He did damage the Lorraine 40T, 90 hit points, and he did hit 8 of the enemy and killed 1 of them. He caused 14 stuns in total. On a premium account, he earned 52,572 credits, but he was fined 848 credits because he damaged the Lorraine 40T. And after ammunition resupply, which is expensive for the GWE, he still takes away 24,684 credits. So he still takes away the profit, even though he's on a tier 10 SPG. And again, this shows that the figures in VB Addict are wrong, because they're only sampling a very, very small database. He received 980 experience points, but he had a personal missions payout going as well, so he took away 1,960 experience points in total. So well done, Marky. Another Confederate for your collection. I'm sure you're racking up a huge number of those already. If you enjoyed this replay, please give it a like and do subscribe to our channel, and hopefully it'll be your replay that I'll be featuring in our next video.